over, sweetheart. Time for battle.
Hey, what's going on, people? It's Michigan Sig here, bringing to you the PlayStation 4's new maps that just dropped last weekend. And you know, we're gonna kind of run through a little kill confirmed here on probably one of my favorite MW2 maps, Favela, which is, you know, dealing back from a long time ago, and honestly, it's not a reskin or anything. It's not a reinterpretation. It is the actual map, set in brand new high definition graphics. Everything is the same, and you know what? I'm gonna get into my thoughts later. So, got a little kill confirm game. Definitely had a little bit of a slow start. Man, oh man, I was just running around like crazy. I couldn't find anybody. But we're gonna talk about the Invasion map pack. Finally came out for PlayStation. A second tier class citizens of the Call of Duty community. But you know, they're finally out. So we've got The Departed, set in Mexico, and we have the kill streak, the death mariachi kill streak. You've got Pharaoh, which is in Egypt, and then you've got the Mutiny, which is the big old boat set in the old time warship area, and then obviously Favela, and then also Extinction if you're into that kind of stuff. So, you know, in terms of these maps, I definitely spent quite a bit of time. I actually had a chance to live stream on Thursday. Took a very long weekend off, and just so happened to work into my schedule that I streamed quite a bit on Thursday evening, and definitely streamed some of the new maps, all the new maps, just a rotation of kill confirmed and team deathmatch. You know what? I enjoyed them, but I do have to say that I definitely had my frustrations with them, and I please tell me if you guys see something different. But for the most part, and it's kind of shown on this game, with the new maps and new maps dropping, people are still so concerned with their stats. And I mean, come on, we are in July. You know, we have the rest of July, we have August, September, and October. We have literally a little less than 4 months left before the next iteration, the Advanced Warfare, comes out. And when it does, no one's going to give two shits about your previous stats. The apps, you know, the new Call of Duty apps, if you have it on your phone and everything else, does not sit there, and you can't flip between MW3 and Black Ops 2 to look at, you know, your KD over the last 5 games. No one is going to know. No one is going to care. So move around. And that is probably the most frustrating thing, is people are still sitting around, hiding in corners, especially during the new maps, because they're scared of the KD. They don't know the maps. They don't know where people are or what to do. And you got people like me who just sit there and rush around with a freaking shotgun, trying to collect tags, play the objective, and having to deal with morons. And I'm sorry, you know, if you think sitting in a corner and waiting for somebody to walk by is fun, you know, I don't understand your definition of video games, and I totally get outplayed right here. Just completely get outplayed, hit the frickin' side of the wall. But so Favela obviously is by far one of my favorite maps from MW2. It definitely has a lot of memories, brings back a lot of good times. You know, bringing in all the MW2 kill streaks at the time, whether it was AC-130 or even the Pavlo. The Pavlo is by far probably one of my favorite. I used to run a 579 kill streak back in the day. But, you know, I was just kind of running through real quick. Departed, at first, I did not like it. That's the one set in Mexico, and it took me a little bit to figure it out, because, you know, it seems like there's definitely some nice long viewpoints, long sight lines, which is great, because I've been actually, now that I've reached Master Prestige, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to do and what I want to do to kind of pass the time. when I do play this game, and part of that is I want to try to get my ghillie suit just like everybody else, so I can be one of those noobs that run around with their ghillie suit and, oh, you can't see me and hit me, I'm running with a shotgun and a ghillie suit. But I do end up liking The Departed. Pharaoh is probably the worst map that I have to say that they've dropped this one. There is absolutely no rhyme or reason or any type of flow to that map. It just seems like everything is all over the place. I mean, there's different paths, avenues, heights. I mean, you can run through that center of the map, and literally there's probably 1, 2, 3, 7 or 8 different ways to get through the center of the map, which means that there's 7 or 8 ways of somebody to try to kill you with, depending on their line of sight, and it's just, there's too much of it. And then also probably another map that I did like from the beginning, and I still do, is Mutiny. And I do have to say I like the Mutiny map because there seems to be a flow, whether people are funneling through the central building or even underground in the bar area. Very few people tend to kind of run through the boat, which is fine. You know, you get your people that go up there and perch on the deck by the captain's wheel. But for the most part, you know, there seems to be a nice flow. There doesn't seem to be a lot of lines of sight that are going to trip you up, where you're constantly having to search left and right, and every time you move into a different room. So, you know, I do believe that the maps that they've dropped have been good. And, you know, part of it is I do wish Infinity Ward would have put these out from the very beginning. So now the next one is going to be the Nemesis. I'm really interested to see what those maps are going to hold, what the kill streaks are going to be, or even, the care packages are going to be. And, you know, when we get into that, that'll be the last one. It's the last one. So Diamond Division's coming to a close. We're finally reaching the end of our DLC. And next thing you know, we're going to have Advanced Warfare here in front of us. So for me, it's been a good year of Call of Duty. I've enjoyed this game. I know people haven't, but this has been something that I've enjoyed playing. It's been fun. It's been challenging. And the guns have seemed relatively balanced. I'm not running into all these shotgunners or snipers. So, you know, hopefully you guys give this thing subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos. And until then, later.